Hey, welcome back to the Truman Show. Just kidding, it's Astile Doherty Reviews. He's got the red hat, kind of messed up, but still kind of okay looking hair, grey coat, and hey, look at that. Shit, a new background. Perfect timing as well, because, same old tie. I'm going to be talking about The Thing. Yes, not the 1982 fucking classic that I speak extremely highly of in my video, if you've already seen that. 10 out of 10, love it. Childhood favourite, oddly enough. No, I'm going to be talking about The Thing. You know, the 2011 prequel, which is actually just called The Thing. You know, not the Thing from Another World, like the 1951 original, or anything like that. Just, you know, The Thing. I don't really know where to begin. I just want to say, fun fact, when The Thing, the original, came out, everyone hated it for some reason. Like, it performed okay at the box office. The critics hated it. They smashed it with their fucking pens and paper. No audiences really liked it. They all thought it was too violent, too horrible. They hated the ending. I disagree with all of that, and now everyone seems to agree with me and other people who saw it for the film it was when they first saw it, you know? The Thing, however, suffers from similar treatment. Fans and critics alike seem to agree that it is not a very good film, and I find that quite ironic. And I'm predicting that 30 years from now, people might recognise The Thing as being quite the good movie, because personally, I think it's an okay movie. I think it's a perfectly fine follow-up, or follow-back, in this case, because it is a prequel, like I said. Or like the filmmakers said, I guess. Here's the thing. Seriously, the thing is fucking hell. The thing is, right, well, like I said, it's a good movie. I enjoy it. I thought it was pretty good. I love Elizabeth Winstead as the main character. I thought she was amazing. Is that even her name? I think it is Elizabeth Winstead. Scott Pilgrim girl. She was brilliant as her character, Kate Lloyd. She's kind of like the modern Kurt Russell, R.J. McCready character, only not as cynical and depressing. She's kind of like a slightly more charismatically fun instead of charismatically badass version of him. She's like a nice person who respects people. I thought the whole cast was pretty good, from the Norwegians to the Americans. I think this movie's very tense, or like not as much as the original, but like the mystery behind who is who, and the tensity and the build-up to that eventual reveal, and everyone just being massacred is like, it's really good. Like, I think it's done very well in this movie. I think it's actually, it might even be on par with the original. Like, maybe not like there, but like it's close to there, kind of. It's like, this is the original, and I say this one is about like here, maybe a little bit lower. The score is like kind of replicated from the original, and I thought that was done in a very clever way. I thought that the reincorporation of the original score at the end of the movie was particularly good, but this original score is fine. Well, not fine, but it's good. I like it. It matches the tone of the film and everything. I think the directing is good. I believe the director of this film is actually himself Norwegian, and I thought that was actually a very clever choice, because the prequel is like, it's set in like on a Norwegian base. Like, it's the Norwegian base that existed before Outpost 31 in the original film, and obviously most of the characters are Norwegian, so the fact that they hired a Norwegian crew basically makes sense to me. I thought that was really good on their part. The acting is all amazing in this film, just like the original. Everyone delivers a very believable, clear performance. Things that I don't really like about this movie, but I like everything except, like, especially hold on, one more thing I do like is the Arctic landscape is gorgeous in this film. It's better than the original, actually. In the original, they don't really focus on that, but in this film, there are some amazing shots in this movie. The cinematography is beautiful. And also that kind of claustrophobic feeling the original had is like it's toned down a little bit, but it's still there. Things I'm not really keen on is I don't think all the characters are very fleshed out. My problem with the original was that Norris wasn't like a great character. He was kind of just there. There are a few characters in this film that kind of feel like that, but I do care about them. I want them to survive, even though I know they're all going to die, because that's basically how the original film sets it up. Because that's the only flaw of a prequel, is you kind of know what's going to happen. It's just how it happens that's intriguing. As long as you don't think about the conclusion, then it should be fine. But people who are like determined for that conclusion, then they might be a little bit disappointed, and there's not as much tension as there could be. But that's not the film's fault. It's like, you know, the storyline, the timeline's fault that it sets itself in. So I guess it kind of is the film's fault. But also the CGI. I like the creature designs in this movie, but they do feel a little bit repetitive because they kind of repeat themselves. In the original film, there was always something different. There was always like a long tongue, a sort of dinosaur thingy, someone who still had a bit of human in them. There was even a Scream homage, not the movie, the painting. The thing came out way before Scream did. I thought the spider head was really cool. I thought that the weird worm thingy that came out of Norris's chest was awesome. In this movie, they all kind of just do the same thing. Their chest opens up, a bit of their head is like still there, like you can still see the humanity in them. And that is interesting. I like that you can still see the humanity. It's actually quite sad to think that there is still like human resemblance in these horrible manifestations. But it's kind of the same. Like the chest opens up, there's a large row of teeth and there's some tentacles. It is nowhere near as creative as the original, but it is still interesting. I thought the hand spiders were really cool. I thought seeing the origin of the split face thing and the guy who slit his neck that were both shown in the original, I thought that was really cool. I loved seeing that. I like the explanation that they give for those seemingly minor details, but they're kind of like strong in this movie. They work. Them being there was a good choice on the filmmaker's part, on the screenwriter's part, the director's part. Whoever chose to do that, I mean, obviously they had to explain everything, but the way they did it was fascinating. The CGI is okay, like I think I already said, but it is a bit distracting. Like some moments do look a little bit like, and I do wish they used more practical effects in this film, because the practical effects in the original were like, they're incredible, and I feel like they could have like doubled that with this movie and maybe even saved some money, because unfortunately I feel like this isn't justified. This film was a box office failure, and that really angers me because I thought it was like a good movie and it did deserve to have at least some money made back from it. Like they could have saved some money doing that, like doing really awesome practical effects instead of the computer generated imagery. But for what it was, I still think it looked cool. I thought the split face thing with Edvard and Adam, spoiler alert, did look pretty cool. But like I said, some of it is a little bit nah. But the practical effects that are there is some of that. You do see stuff that is practical, and it does look fantastic. And like I said, the CGI, while distracting, is actually not that bad. There are some deleted scenes from this film, and unlike the original, this is I'm not taking points off for this. It's just a little personal thing I have. I thought the deleted scenes in the original, I understand why they were cut out. You know, they didn't have to be there, but there was one deleted scene in particular that I thought was really interesting that I think they should have kept in the movie. And there was this other deleted scene. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm glad they cut that out, but that other scene, it was about a character called Olav. No, not Olav, Carl. A scene with a character called Carl. I think that should have stayed in the film. That was good. They cut out the guy who slit his neck. They actually cut out actually showing him do it. I thought that was a good choice, to be honest. That was a good call, because that's just kind of gratuitous and unnecessary. Like, let's just cut to him after he's killed himself, and we can be like, oh, okay, so he probably did that off screen. Kind of like how this thing keeps assimilating people off screen, and we have no fucking idea who anyone is. So, good movie. Nowhere near as good as the original. I think as a standalone film, it's if this wasn't connected to The Thing, I think it would be a decent film. Still, but with its connection to The Thing, it definitely makes it stronger because of that build up of leading into the original, which is a masterpiece. I'm gonna give The Thing a. I don't want to go any higher than an 8. I'm gonna say a 7. I'm gonna say it's a 7. It's closer to an 8 than a 6, but it's definitely a 7. That's it for me. Thank you.